Microsoft closes all of its retail stores. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.Heise here, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. I have my stein of coffee, and I thought we'd have a look at this article from PC World sent to me by a viewer regarding Microsoft closing all of its retail stores. Not just temporarily, but all of them, all over the world. So, I mean, that's a pretty drastic move, and, well, we all know why. It's a cost-saving measure. It is definitely a cost-saving measure. I suspect they were trying to compete with Apple and having a presence. But if we're going to see these big-name multinational brands closing their shops, well, they're leaving 4 flagship locations. What's that going to mean? More and more online. That'll have an impact on these retail properties. Will it flow through to these real estate investment trusts that focus on retail, everyone? And how many jobs will be hit? 4 flagship locations will remain as Microsoft Experience Centres in London, New York, Sydney, and Redmond. So Sydney still gets one. And we'll have a look at that a bit later. So you can see here, I mean, they're obviously very... it's like Apple, even down to the furniture, isn't it? You wouldn't think it was a Apple shop or a Microsoft shop except for the symbols. Microsoft retail store mimicked the look and feel of Apple's iconic sales front, from the glass walls to the wood tables to the very design of the Surface hardware on display. But as anyone who ever wandered through a mall can tell you, Microsoft stores lack one critical aspect: customers. I've never actually been to one, to be honest. And I own a fair amount of Microsoft products. I mean, we've got, Windows operating system we've been using for years. We've got 2 Surfaces that are probably older ones now. They're kind of falling apart, to be honest. They're not as robust as the older laptops, but, they're okay. They were really quite good. Rachel misses drawing on the screen. I just got a little tablet screen. You may see whenever I'm looking at an article and advertisements on there for drawing screens. We got some. You can get them quite cheap now. I had a Cintiq we bought for thousands of dollars. Now I got one for under $100 that you can draw on. Crazy, and pretty good quality. I'm shocked. So, crowds never flock to Microsoft stores the way they do to Apple stores. And on Friday, Microsoft announced it's closing all but 4 of its brick and mortar locations. Well, Apple it's a different category. People are obsessed with Apple. They're fanatical with it. They're accepting shortfalls in their Apple products that they wouldn't accept on anything else. Goes back to the Apple versus PC ads. Everyone remember those? Those are probably old now. As we look forward, we see a new chapter for Microsoft Store. Microsoft Store Corporate Vice President Brad Porter wrote on LinkedIn, "As part of our business plan, we announced a strategic change in our retail operations, including closing Microsoft Store physical locations. Our retail team members will continue to serve customers working from Microsoft corporate facilities or remotely, and will continue to develop a diverse team in support of the overall company mission and objectives." That's one thing I must say. Because we use Office 365, I've got access to that, and we subscribe to that under a monthly fee. And for what we get, I'm an avid fan of Access. I've built my own desktop interface for my business. And every staff member, there'd be all the meeting minutes would all go in there, and I could generate reports and everything from it. I loved Access, actually, and I'm still using it now, even though I've cut back on the staff. It allows me to generate a fee proposal really quick and track lots of things, and it's fantastic. So one thing that I would commend Microsoft on that I've seen is just the flexibility I've had, able to switch licenses on and off as I need them, and the support I get if I ring up and people will sign in and fix problems on the software. Whereas I also have Autodesk software. I have Rivet and their suite, and this is software I paid $20,000 for back in the day. I've got 5 licenses of Rivet, and even now I rent the newer ones if I need it. And just the support you get there is nowhere near the same. Just switching licenses on and off is a nightmare. It's not as fast and easy as Microsoft. So, yeah, they got it pretty good. They've got it sorted out. And I'm paying a fraction of what I'm paying for the other providers. Flagship Microsoft stores in London, New York, Sydney, and Redmond will remain open, but as reimagined new spaces, Porter said. Microsoft's press release says they'll transform into Microsoft Experience Centers. The company also vows to beef up the digital version of the Microsoft Store with virtual customer support from our trusted experts, online tutorial videos, virtual workshops with tips, and much more, including personal video sales support calls. Porter says that Microsoft's digital Windows and Xbox storefronts already reach 1.2 billion customers each month. According to its website, Microsoft operates more than 70 US stores in 31 states. The company didn't say whether layoffs will come as a result of the store closures. I would be shocked if they don't. Particularly in the US, this is going to be another hit to a retail sector. You have to imagine that shutting down the retail store will cost many people their jobs, but Porter only said that our commitment to growing and developing careers from this diverse talent pool is stronger than ever. Microsoft stores debuted in 2009, serving as a showcase for Surface, Xbox, and other PC, as well as information centers for Windows itself. Microsoft shut the doors of all retail stores on March 16 in response to the ongoing pandemic, and unfortunately, many won't be opening. I mean, this is the thing. I can't actually think of a time I went to a Microsoft store. Every time I bought last time I bought a Surface was probably from Officeworks or from JB Hi-Fi. And, since then, I've just been building my own rigs, or I've got enough computers, I've been cobbling them together from all the parts I have. I haven't had to buy a new machine for years. It's kind of getting that way at the moment. So this is going to be a hit. It's a big move for Microsoft. I wonder if we're going to see others follow. Maybe just consolidating on a few high-end shops, flagship shops for these brands, selling more and more products online, more and more digital products, where you don't need this large physical footprint, because that's an expensive tenancy. Just cleaning it alone is expensive. The power, the rent is pretty high. So let's jump over here and we'll have a look. So here's the Microsoft store in Sydney, and it's gotten 4.3 stars, so it's doing pretty well. Let's look at some reviews. Let's have a bit of fun. So Kirk Duncan, 4 months ago, absolutely loved this Microsoft store. The staff is always so knowledgeable and courteous and go out of their way to assist. The shop is split over 2 floors, with the ground floor boasting a massive range of their latest products, such as the full Surface and Studio ranges, as well as Xbox and other laptops. The first floor comprises an area to work with specialists and engineers on technical issues, as well as a great little training facility. Why do people write these reviews? I mean, it's Microsoft shop. Maybe people must enjoy it. They must enjoy doing this, writing the review. I mean, he's done 70. So I guess it would be similar to doing YouTube. It becomes a bit of a hobby that you enjoy doing, adding your value to it. I just keep thinking of South Park. Great Surface, friendly staff, lots of interactivity. And about a month ago, I can't return my items since March. They said I can only return it to the store, but the store is closed forever. No, it's not. I'm not sure where I can't return it, like how other people have purchased theirs online. Oh, what did he buy? So he's frustrated with the level of service. What else do we have here? Let's how do we want to sort it? Let's go the lowest ratings. Let's look at all the angry people. They're the fun one. I was told to go home and format my laptop and bring it back anytime for exchange. Came back and the store was shut down. Yep. Worst experience ever. Purchased the Surface Pro on the 25th of Feb. Device overheated, not turning on the first week. Yeah, that's the issue with them. I've actually had it delaminating. I've had the glue delaminating. It was pretty old. I think I probably, the heat gets to it because these things are just glued together. I ended up putting it in the freezer to re-solidify the glue, and it worked. But I've got some dead pixels, so it's an old one. I entered the store on the day before Christmas as I was looking to purchase a laptop as a gift. It was relatively busy. However, I could see there were plenty of staff around talking to each other and on their phones doing whatnot. Okay, there's a rant. 25 minutes. Wow. So, there you go. We've got generally, they're getting some very good reviews here. 4.3 stars out of 1,077 reviews. I can't say there'd be any brand loyalty to Microsoft, but it is a big move on their part. Are you surprised? Are you a fan of Microsoft? Do you go into their shops? What products do they use? Or are you a Mac user? Or have you made the conversion to Linux? As always, let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you're a fan and want to support the content I create here, there are a few ways you can. You can join us on YouTube or Patreon. You can support us via using our affiliate links at Amazon or eBay or Independent Reserve and Kucoin. You can buy our merch from HeiseSays, use Gold Pass from the Perth Mint, or support us via PayPal. Thanks everyone. I'll see you next time.